Let's take a simple example of a warranty. Imagine that a consumer earns $400 a week and has a utility function of u of x is equal to the square root of x. So again, we're going to stick with the same utility function that we've been using so far. And specifically, that utility function maps how much money he gets to spend per week into his utility level. Now, the consumer has bought a bicycle. That bicycle cost him $400. And we're going to say that there are three different possible outcomes in the following week. First of all, there's a 75% probability that the bike will need no repairs. In that case, his payoff is $400. He has all $400 of his weekly income to spend on consuming other goods and services. He doesn't have to spend any money on repairs. There is a 20% probability that the bike needs $175 in repairs. Now, if that's the case, he doesn't get to spend all $400 on consumption. Instead, he only gets to spend the difference between his income and what he has to spend on repairs, consuming other goods. So in that case, we would say that his payoff, X, is 400 minus 175, which is equal to 225. There is then a 5% probability that the bike needs to be replaced entirely. In that case, he has to spend all $400 of his weekly income buying a new bicycle. He has no money left over to consume anything else. So in that case, his payoff would be 400 minus 400, which is 0. Now we can ask, what is the most that this consumer would be willing to pay for a warranty that covers all of the costs of repair or replacement of the bicycle? Here's the basic strategy we're going to use to find the maximum amount that this consumer would pay for such a warranty. First, we're going to note that without a warranty, the consumer is basically playing a risky lottery, and we're going to call that Lottery 1. In that lottery, he might lose up to his entire weekly income. If he has a warranty, then the consumer is going to be in a different lottery. We're going to call that one Lottery 2. Lottery 2 has no risk, because any damage to the bike will not affect the consumer's net income. In fact, even if the bike completely breaks down and has to be replaced, that will not affect the amount of money that the consumer has to spend on other things. Now, to find out how much the consumer would pay for the warranty, all we need to do is find the certainty equivalents of Lottery 1 and Lottery 2. And the difference in those two certainty equivalents is going to tell us how much he should be willing to spend to move from the situation where he is in Lottery 1 to the situation where he is in Lottery 2. Here we have the calculations for Lottery 1. Notice that we have three possible outcomes. First is that 75% chance that there's no breakdown, in which case the consumer gets all $400. His utility for that $400 is the square root of 400, or 20. And then the probability of 75% times his utility level of 20 gives us 15. The second possibility, with 20% probability, is that the consumer has to spend $175 on repairs. That leaves him with a payoff of $225. His utility for that $225 would be 15, and that 15 times the 20% probability of occurring gives us 3. Third and finally, there's the 5% chance that the bike needs to be completely replaced. That would cost him $400, so his net payoff is 0. His utility for that $0 is also 0, and of course multiplying that by 5% gives us 0 as well. Now adding up those products of the probabilities times the utility levels gives us the expected utility of 18. And to find the certainty equivalent for this lottery, we're just going to set the utility function, x to the 1/2, equal to the expected utility, 18. We square both sides and we find that x is equal to 18 squared, which is 324. Therefore, this consumer's certainty equivalent for Lottery 1 is $324. He values his current situation at $324. Now let's turn our attention to Lottery 2. With Lottery 2, the consumer has a warranty that will cover all costs of repair or replacement. So notice that in this table, the payoff is the same no matter what the outcome. We have the same probabilities as before, 75% chance that nothing bad happens. In that case, the payoff is 400. But notice that with the 20% probability, the payoff is still 400 because the consumer doesn't have to spend any money on repairs. And with the 5% probability of replacement, the payoff is once again $400 because the consumer will not have to replace the bike with his own money. The utility for each of these outcomes is also 20, and we can just multiply that utility of 20 by each probability. Notice that since the payoffs are the same in every single outcome, we can really collapse this table into a table that has only one single outcome. That is a probability of 100% that the payoff is $400. That will give a utility level of 20, and that probability of 100% times the utility level of 20 gives an expected utility of 20 as well. Now to find the certainty equivalent for this lottery, we set the utility function equal to the expected utility, so we have x to the 1/2 is equal to 20. Square both sides. That gives us x is equal to 20 squared, which is $400. The certainty equivalent for Lottery 2 is therefore $400. Now this makes total sense, because in Lottery 2, the consumer is guaranteed a payoff of $400. The certainty equivalent tells you what is the most that a person should be willing to pay for a lottery. And in this case, if you're guaranteed $400, the most you should be willing to pay for that lottery would be $400. And now we can calculate the maximum premium that the consumer would be willing to pay for the warranty. The consumer is currently in Lottery 1 and he values that at $324. He would value being in the alternative lottery that has no risk, Lottery 2, at $400. We can calculate the difference between those certainty equivalents. That's just $76. And so we know that the consumer would pay no more than $76 for the warranty. Finally, we can ask what would be the lowest price that a firm would be willing to accept in order to offer this warranty that takes up all of the risk. Remember that we assume that firms are risk neutral. What this means is that a firm should be willing to accept any price that would be profitable to it on average. In other words, it needs to figure out what is the expected cost of this warranty and then charge a price that is at least as high as that expected cost. For this lottery, we can calculate that with the table on this slide. Notice that this table is looking at the three possible outcomes from the firm's perspective instead of from the consumer's perspective. So we have a 75% chance that there is no negative outcome, no repairs are necessary. In that case, the firm's cost is 0, and 75% times 0 is 0. There is a 20% chance that the firm has to cover $175 in repair costs. 20% times 175 is 35. Finally, there is a 5% chance that the firm will have to replace the bike altogether, which would cost $400. 5% times the $400 cost gives us $20. And now adding up all of the probabilities times the costs in the far right-hand column gives us an expected cost of $55. Since we are assuming that the firm is risk neutral, it would accept any price